Thorpe Park, located in Surrey in the UK, is currently home to some of the country's biggest roller coasters. But today, we're less interested in their size and more interested in their efficiency. We're on a mission to find the best theme park operations by timing how long it takes each major roller coaster at a park to dispatch trains from its station. It's worth noting that for theme parks, safety is always the #1 priority. So, with that in mind, does Thorpe Park have good operations? Let's find out. Thorpe Park is home to 5 major thrill coasters: the Swarm, Colossus, Stealth, Soar the Ride, and Nemesis Inferno. But let's start with the park's newest roller coaster. The Swarm opened to guests in 2012 as the UK's first wing coaster. The ride features 2 trains, each of which seat 28 riders, with 14 on the left side of the track and the other 14 on the right. To fairly compare the operations of different rides, we first have to determine its theoretical throughput, i.e., how many people can ride this particular roller coaster every hour according to its manufacturer. Bolliger and Mabiard claim that 1,100 people can ride the Swarm every hour, which requires a train to leave the station every 1 minute and 32 seconds. During our visit to the park, we timed how long it took the Swarm to dispatch trains, gathering about 10 readings. On average, the ride would dispatch a single train every 2 minutes and 13 seconds. This equates to a real-world capacity of roughly 756 riders per hour, lower than the theoretical figure of 1,100. We can compare different roller coasters to each other by dividing the real-world capacity figure by the manufacturer's theoretical figure, producing what's known as a load factor. For the Swarm, that value is 69%, meaning the ride is reaching 69% of its effective maximum efficiency. Is that good though? Let's see how the park's other roller coasters compare. One of Thorpe Park's oldest major rides is Colossus, which debuted in 2002 as the world's first roller coaster to feature 10 inversions. It features 2 trains which are capable of seating 28 guests. Intamin, the manufacturer of the ride, claims it can achieve a capacity of 1,300 riders per hour. To do this, Colossus would need to dispatch a new train from the station every 1 minute and 18 seconds, which is extremely optimistic. Sadly, and expectedly, the reality is very different. We measured that Colossus would dispatch a train every 2 minutes and 27 seconds, leading to a real-world capacity of 686 riders per hour. Overall, the ride had a load factor of 53%, meaning operations were close to half the speed they should be. Intamin, the ride's manufacturer though, is known to inflate theoretical capacities, but still, a load factor of 53% is definitely not great. Does Stealth, Thorpe Park's tallest roller coaster, fare any better? Stealth opened to the public in 2006 as the UK's fastest roller coaster, reaching the top speed of 129 km per hour, 80 miles per hour. It features 2 trains, which both seat a maximum of 20 riders. Though, to improve operations, Stealth has a separate load and unload platform. This means that guests leave the train after their ride, allowing an empty train to enter the station. This can be quickly filled with new guests, reducing dispatch times. The ride's manufacturer, Intamin, claims that 1,000 riders can experience Stealth every hour, a capacity which would require a dispatch every 1 minute and 12 seconds. We measured an average dispatch time of 1 minute and 40 seconds, resulting in a real-world capacity of 721 riders per hour and a load factor of 72%, a definite and welcome improvement compared to Colossus. Similar to Stealth, Soar also employs a separate load and unload platform to increase its capacity. Soar the Ride opened to guests back in 2009 as the world's first horror film themed roller coaster. Unlike most roller coasters, however, it features a larger number of smaller trains, each of which hold only 8 riders. These trains are loaded and unloaded in pairs, meaning 16 riders leave the station during a single dispatch. A maximum of 8 cars can navigate the course at any one point in time, which the manufacturer of the ride, Gerstlauer, claims leads to a capacity of 1,000 riders per hour. In reality, Thorpe Park often use only 7 of the 8 trains on Soar, lowering its capacity to roughly 900 people per hour. To achieve this, 2 trains must be sent out of the station every 1 minute and 4 seconds, with the second train being held just after the station for approximately 30 seconds. In reality, we measure that, on average, Soar dispatched trains every 1 minute and 33 seconds. This results in a capacity of 621 and a load factor of 69%, the same as the Swarm. And that leaves us finally with Nemesis Inferno. Nemesis Inferno opened in 2003 as the park's second big thrill coaster after Colossus. The ride utilizes two trains, both of which are suspended below the track and hold 28 riders each. The roller coaster's manufacturer, Bolliger & Mabillard, claim that 1,150 riders can experience Nemesis Inferno every hour. To do this, a new train has to leave the station every 1 minute and 28 seconds. During our visit, we measured that, on average, Nemesis Inferno would dispatch a train every 1 minute and 47 seconds. This leads to a real-world capacity of 939 and an impressive load factor of 82%, the highest of all 5 of Thorpe Park's major thrill coasters. It's worth noting that this data was gathered all in a single day and that the park was extremely busy during our visit. To recap, here are the theoretical throughputs of the park's roller coasters in order of largest to smallest based on the number of trains they were running during our visit. Colossus has the highest capacity at 1,300, whilst Soar has the lowest at 900. In reality, the measured capacities were very different. Nemesis Inferno had the largest throughput at 939, whilst Soar had the lowest at 621. Reshuffling the order reveals that Colossus, despite having the highest theoretical capacity, had the second lowest real-world capacity. Combining the real-world figures for all 5 roller coasters leads to a total capacity of 3,724, meaning that 3,724 people can experience Thorpe Park's thrill coasters every hour, 68% of the total theoretical capacity. In reality, due to COVID measures and the fact that not every train is filled to maximum capacity means the real figure would be less. So, does Thorpe Park have good operations? Well, it's a mixed bag. Nemesis Inferno had good operations during our visit, whilst Colossus' operations were lacking. But how does this compare to other parks? In a previous episode, we analysed Alton Tower's operations. Nemesis at Alton Towers is the same type of roller coaster as Thorpe Park's Nemesis Inferno, so from an operations standpoint, you'd expect the two rides to be somewhat similar. We know that Nemesis Inferno had a load factor of 82%, whilst Alton Towers' Nemesis had a load factor of 86%, two very similar scores. Rita at Alton Towers is also the same type of ride as Stealth at Thorpe Park, even though they do look very different. However, Stealth averaged a load factor of 72%, 15% higher than Rita's relatively poor load factor of 57%. Although, overall, compared to Alton Towers, operations at Thorpe Park just weren't as good. The total load factor across Alton Towers' 7 major roller coasters was 83%, a whole 15% higher than Thorpe Park's total load factor. In fact, the best operations at Thorpe Park on Nemesis Inferno were equal to the average operations at Alton Towers. So, Thorpe Park's operations aren't as good as Alton Towers, but they're very far from being bad. And that marks the end of another operations analysis video. Since the last one, several of you have gotten in touch about gathering data for your local theme park. If you'd like to contribute to this series, get in touch. Either message us on Instagram, message us via our Facebook page, or send us an email. All 3 of those links can be found in the description below. Because of your help, expect the next analysis video to assess whether Liseberg, Sweden's most popular theme park, has good operations. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time.